Hello everyone. Welcome again to our online learning system under the new normal. At this point, I will be discussing to you the lessons under the Module 1. We will be talking about the Lesson 1 and the Lesson 2. The Lesson 1 is entitled Understanding the Local Government. Understanding Local Government. So our focus is on the local government. But first, let us define what is local government. What is local government administration? Ito muna pala. So, ano yung local? Kunin ko yung pen ko. Yan. Ano yung local? Ano yung government? And ano yung administration? So, kung isa-isayin natin is, local is relating to a comparatively small region that controls some aspects of practical government, such as housing or education. So, when we say local, we are pertaining to a small region. Pag sa government naman, it is an element of the state. Tama ba? So, it is an element of the state. It refers to machinery. Take note, machinery, where the will of the people are being carried out, implemented, and through policies, laws, and programs. So, pag sinabi mo naman government, it is referring to machinery. Machinery, bakit machinery? Because it is the tool or ways of the state to carry out the will of the people being carried out. And also, it is used in implementing policies and programs for the people. Okay? So, sa administration, ano sinasabi ng administration? It is the execution of programs and projects, policies, and activities for the general welfare. So, it has something to do with the execution of programs, projects, and activities. So, kung pagsasama-samahin natin itong lahat, anong ibig sabihin ng local government administration? Kung in simple terms, let's define it. So, local government administration is the execution of programs and policies of the state through the government in a small region or locality for the general welfare. So, let's define again the local government naman. Ayan. So, local government is a political subdivision. Pag sinabi mong political subdivision, let's make it clear, okay? Bigyan ko kayo ng simple example. Kung alam niyo yung kung may subdivision dyan sa lugar ninyo, kunyari ito, may subdivision ito, ang may-ari nito is isang negosyante or isang businessman or any person. It serves as the government, and part of it is the local governments, LGUs. Ayan. So, political subdivision. Kung titignan mo, lahat ng ito is part of the government. Okay? Ito yung gobyerno, ito yung subdivision, ito yung mga LGUs. So, kabilang siya sa government. Did you get my point? Of a nation or state. Political subdivision, ito yung nation. For example. Yan, para maintindihan nyo kung ano yung political subdivision. Which is constituted by law. So, merong basis and has substantial control over local affairs. Constituted by law meaning it is created according to a certain law. Question, anong batas ang tinutukoy nito? Pag law ang pinag-usapan, anong batas ang naka-include ang local government? It is the LGC or the Local Government Code of 1991 or RA 7160. So, the state shall ensure the autonomy of local governments. So, pag sinabi mong autonomy, we are referring to what? Self-governing, independence of local government to the national government. So, ang local government is not only constituted by law. Hindi lang siya constituted by law, but by Constitution itself. Mismong sa Constitution, nakalagay ang local government. Anong article? It is under the Article 10 of 1987 Philippine Constitution. Question: Is local government is local government unit a corporation? Medyo nawawala ko Dali. Ayan. So, ang question dito is local government a corporation? Corporation ba daw ang LGU? So, kung i-define natin ang corporation, it is an artificial being created by operation of law. Dapat may right of succession and powers and authorized by the law. So, kung titignan natin, sabi niya created by operation of law. It has the right of succession and which is authorized by the law. So, balik tayo sa tanong. Is LGU a corporation? Yes or no? Of course, di kayo magre-respond. Okay? The answer is yes. Okay? There are classes of corporations. Public and private corporation. So, we have the public and private corporation. When we say public corporation, syempre, ang purpose niya is for public interest. Of course, sa private corporation, for private purposes. Pero what else aside from its purposes? Ano yung pinagkaiba nila? Can you see it? May pinagkaiba sila sa kung sino ang gumawa or nag-create. So, sa public, state or an act, ito, created by the state or a general or special act. May batas na nagsagawa ng public corporation. Nag-authorize ng public corporation. Sa private naman, sino ang gumawa? It is the member of the corporation. Members. So, agreement. Yung mga members mismo ang nagkaroon ng agreement to create a private corporation. So, now, isa-isay natin tong dalawa. There are classes of public corporations. So, unahin natin yung focus tayo dun sa public corporation. Merong quasi-public and merong municipal corporations. So, sa quasi-public, it is created as agencies of the state, narrow and limited purposes. So, quasi-public, it serves as agencies, sabi niya, which has a limited purpose. Narrow and limited purpose. And ano pa? Ano sabi niya? Quasi is without powers and liabilities of self-governing corporation. So, wala siyang autonomy. Bakit? Kaya, so, walang independence and hindi siya self-governing. Pero under siya ng government. Anong corporation ang tinutukoy natin? It's the GOCCs or government-owned and controlled corporations. So, pag-usapan natin yan mamaya. Next, let's go to the next one is the municipal corporations. Sa municipal corporation, ang tinutukoy lang dito is simply the local government units. Okay? Bakit? Kasi it is composed of citizens, it has a territory, designated geographical area. Ayan. So, and powers conferred by the state. Meron na siyang autonomy. Meron na siyang self-governing purposes. So, ayun. Powers conferred by the state, unlike sa quasi-public corporation, is salungat. Silang dalawa. So, nabanggit ko kanina is ang GOCC. Ano ba ang GOCC na tinatawag natin? Government-owned and controlled corporation or GOCC. Bigyan natin ng S. Controlled corporations. Okay? So, any agency organized as a stock or non-stock corporation created for public needs. So, ang purpose niya is for public needs or community needs. Merong specific na needs to. So, owned by the government directly or indirectly. at least 51% capital stock. So, kung merong organization yan, dapat at least 51% ng stocks niya. Ang stocks kasi is shares. Ang share is your capital. Yung pera na nakalaan dito sa buong organization, dapat at least kalahati, mahigit sa kalahati ang shares of stock ng government. Which is, we can call it GOCC. Ano mga examples ng GOCCs natin dito sa La Union or sa ibang mga lugar? Meron tayong Pag-ibig, GSIS, SSS, PhilHealth, diba? So, and etc. Ayan. So, there are elements of municipal corporations. Kanina pinag-usapan natin quasi-public corporations. Focus naman tayo dun sa municipal corporations. Corporation. Ayan. So, there are elements. Ano yung elements? Ito yung mga requirements na kailangan para makapag-create ng municipal corporation. Legal creation, corporate name, inhabitants, which is the population itself, and territory or the geographical area. So, there are two dual nature on and functions of municipal corporation. So, dalawang part daw yung municipal corporation. Ito yung function niya. Pwede siyang maging private, pwede siyang maging governmental. So, sa governmental, ano sabi niya doon? Act as an agent of the state, which use executive, legislative, and judicial powers. Ang LGUs ba gumagamit ng executive, gumagamit ng legislative, and judicial power? Yes. Pag sa judicial powers, meron tayong mga courts. Tama ba? So, sa executive, may mga chief executives tayo. Mayors, and governors, ganyan. So, private proprietary, ayan. So, ano nung sinasabi nito? Act as an agent of community in administration of local affairs which performs functions for the special benefit and advantage of the community. So, example nito is mga maintenance ng parks, cemeteries, establishment of markers, markets, fiestas, and other recreation. So, special benefit. Pwedeng itong maging function ng isang LGU or municipal corporation. Ayan. So, example ng governmental function ng isang municipal corporation is local police power, local taxation, local eminent domain, and other public works. So, let's proceed to the types of municipal corporation. Ito yung types niya. First is municipal corporation by prescription, de jure, and de facto. Ano naman ang municipal corporation by prescription? Exercise powers from time immemorial with a charter which is presumed to have been lost or destroyed. Pag sinabi mong time immemorial, it means it is long established charter. So the charter is the contract or agreement of a government to give special powers for a specific corporation. Pag sinabi mong de jure naman, municipal corporation, it is created or recognized by the operation of law. In other terms, it is created with all the elements of a municipal corporation, meaning valid siya na municipal corporation. Bakit valid? Kasi kompleto yung elements niya. Na-meet niya yung buong elements of the municipal corporation. Dito naman sa de facto municipal corporation, where the people have organized themselves under color of law into ordinary municipal bodies, exercising their powers with rights, dependent, quite, as much as acquiescence on the regularity of their origin. Anong ibig sabihin nun? It is created by a law also. Parang ito rin, operation of law. However, it is defective. Bakit defective? Ano ibig sabihin? It is incomplete. Kaya pumapasok dito yung under color of law. That's why it is called under color of law. Meaning, merong defect. It is not complete, but simply colorable. Which means, ano ibig sabihin? Almost or seems like. Halos kapareho ng de jure municipal corporation. A valid corporation. Nga lang, merong konti lang na hindi na-meet na requirements ng mga elements. Di ba? Napag-usapan natin kanina. So, pero ang question is, why is it still accepted as a municipal corporation? Bakit ina-accept pa rin hindi nga valid, di ba? Kasi under colorable of law. Bakit kaya? Ito yung dahilan dahil ito sa mga requisites na nakasaad dito. So, tignan natin yung mga requisites. Ayan. So, dahil dito sa mga ito is ina-accept ang isang de facto municipal corporation. Valid law, meron namang law na nag-authorize ng incorporation nito. May magandang faith naman, and then compliant naman sa mga batas. Na lang, konting colorable siya. Ibig sabihin, incomplete. Ibig sabihin, mayroong defect. When it comes to the requirements ng isang LGU. Assumption of corporate powers. Okay? So, let's talk about the authority to create a local government. Sino bang pwedeng, paano ba create or sino bang authorized na maggumawa ng isang municipal corporation? Ayan. An LGU may be created, divided, merged, abolished on its boundaries. Boundaries, ibig sabihin yung mga parte niya. Okay? Ng LGU. Sa isang municipality, syempre may mga barangay, di ba? So, for province, city, or municipality, and any other political subdivision only by an act of Congress. So, it may be created, divided, merged, only by an act of Congress, which in case of province, city, or municipality, or any political subdivision. For barangays, so kung titignan natin any political subdivision, pwede yung act of Congress is i-cover niya yung barangays. Okay? So for barangays nga lang, syempre may decentralization tayo. Kayang-kaya na niyang i-create, i-divide, i-merge, abolish ang isang barangay only through what? An ordinance. Passed by whom? Isang gunyang panlalawigan or panglungsod. So, sa creation and conversion of municipal corporations, meron tayong mga requirements sa paggawa ng probinsya, city, municipality. Sandali lang. Medyo yan. May mga requirements. Ano yun? Ito siya. Kailangan may law kanina. Plebiscite. Ano yung plebiscite? Pag-uusapan natin mamaya. Majority of votes para sa election na kailangan mayroong mag-initiate para kumuha ng mga votes para ito represent sa Congress. So, income requirement. Ito na. Kailangan, ang income requirement ng isang province is 20 million. So, it means that province of La Union has either 20 million or greater than 20 million income. Kaya siya natawag na province. Okay? Sa HUC, parang Baguio, dapat may 50 million. So, diba, mas mataas pa siya sa probinsya. Highly urbanized city to Sa city naman, dapat may 100 million. Kasi itong 20 million na to, na-amend na ng RA 9009. Section 450 of LGC. So, dapat 100 million. Bakit mas mataas ang income requirement ng city kaysa sa province? Kasi, what? It is because of this law. Okay? Siya yung nag-decide. Tanungin natin sa kanya. Okay, sa municipality, 2.5 million naman. Ayan yung income requirement niya. But what about population? Sa sa inhabitants, yung mga citizens. Pag sa barangay, kailangan 2,000. Pero sa Metro Manila, 5,000 ang kailangang requirement ng isang barangay. Sa HUC, anong nakalagay dyan? Hindi ba nailagay? Mamaya, merong nakalagay dyan sa summary niya. So, municipality, 25,000. City, 150,000. Province, kailangan meron 250,000. And sa city, meron 150,000. Yan yung population. Sa land requirement, ito na. Yung territorial. Territory ng isang LGU dapat 50 square meter, 100 square meter sa city, province is 2,000 square meter. So, may mga basis tayo dyan. So, ito. Tingnan natin yung ayan. Sa land area, wala. Ang HUC. And then sa population, ito. 200,000. Ito yung summary niya. Take note of that. Take note of this. Okay. Ayan. Criteria for creation, merger, division, and conversion of LGUs according to the LGC. So, in this case, paano dapat pwedeng mahati or magsama ang isa or dalawang LGU? Parang noon, yung issue ng Agoo and Aringay. Yung gusto ng Agoo is mag-merge silang dalawa para maging city ang Agoo. So, paano dapat paano nagkakaroon ng merge or division ng isang LGUs? Yung isa or dalawang LGU according to Section 8 LGC. It shall not reduce the income population. So, dapat namimit pa rin nila yung minimum qualification, minimum requirements. Another is, it shall not fall. Hindi dapat bababa. Siyempre, kaparehas lang nito. Plebiscite be held in LGUs affected. So, pag-usapan natin ito mamaya, plebiscite. Assets and liabilities of creation shall be equitably distributed. Kung mag-merge ka daw ng isang LGU, ng dalawang LGU sa isa, is kailangan yung income ng bawat isa, yung income ng dalawang LGU is equitably distributed. Yung mga assets or liabilities na. Bakit equitably? Kasi syempre, magkaiba sila ng resources. Yung Agoo, mas productive. For example na nga. And then yung Aringay is medyo mas unproductive. Just for example. Diba? So, pero, pag nag-merge silang dalawa, kailangan equitably distributed. Pareho or merong tinatawag nating equity and equality. So, sa division naman, pag i-divide mo, for example, city, di ba? Hindi na-meet yung requirement. Nagkulang sa income or nagkulang sa territory, nagkamali pala sila ng sukat, no? So, titignan mo yun, kung i-divide mo yun, magiging simple municipality na lang siya. So, kailangan equitably distributed pa rin kung ano yung mga assets and liabilities ng bawat LGUs. So, yan. Paano naman kapag i-determinate mo ang isang LGU or i-abolish mo? Sabi niya dito, parang kanina, kapag hindi siya pumasa sa minimum standards. For example, ito, reduce to less than minimum standards. Parang sa creation lang din. Pag hindi siya na-meet, hindi gawin natin pang city, gawin natin municipality pag hindi nyo na-meet yung city, di ba? So, for example, ang San Fernando, pag yan bumaba ng income or population, given land area, pwede siyang ma-abolish siya sa city. Babalik siya into what? Municipality. Pero paano? Ito, through a law or ordinance Abolishing an LGU shall be specified the province. Ayan. So, kailangan may batas na magsasabing hindi na kayang abutin ng LGU ang minimum standards ng isang city or any LGU requirements. Is that clear? Okay. So, let's proceed. Sino daw ang pwedeng mag-abolish ng LGU? It's either Congress or the SP. Sangguniang panlalawigan or sangguniang panglungsod. So kung kanina, it can be abolished by a law or ordinance, sino bang gumagawa ng law or ordinance, di ba? Hindi ba ang Congress at mga legislatures sa local government? Nga lang, may limitations. In case of provinces or city municipality or any other political subdivision, it is the Congress. For barangay naman, except in Metro Manila, sa mga sangguniang panlalawigan or sangguniang panglungsod, ang nag-a-abolish nito. So, take note, hindi lang ang Congress is very powerful when it comes to abolishing or creation or dividing or merging an LGU. Meron siyang absolute power dito. Kaya niyang i-overtake itong authority na to. Okay? So, nakasaad yan sa Section 9 of the Local Government Code of 1991. So, ito, pag-usapan natin ang plebiscite naman. Plebiscite requirement. Sabi niya dito, no creation, division, merger, abolition, substantial alteration of boundaries shall take effect unless approved by a majority of votes, vote cast. So, in a plebiscite called for the purpose. So, called for a purpose for the hindi political units directly affected. So, simply an initiative. Ang plebiscite is an initiative of an election. Kailangan, bakit ginagawa ito? Because, what? It is to either abolish, merge, for the purpose of abolition, merger, division, and creation. So, simply an initiative of an election, but not to elect a politician. Rather, it is to vote for a special purpose, and it requires majority of vote cast from what? Siyempre, yung mga affected citizens or the inhabitants within the affected LGU. So, kung may 200,000 ng city or ang province, kung i-abolish natin, gagawin natin dalawang probinsya or i-merge natin, kailangan magkaroon ng plebiscite. Lahat ng tao, lahat ng citizens ng probinsya ng La Union is pipirma or mag-vote kung yes or no or kung gusto nyo ba na i-abolish or mag-create ng another province or another city, it's up to your votes. Dapat kasali kayo doon sa mga vote cast. Then, yun yung magiging requirement para magkaroon or mag-divide or ma-abolish ang isang LGU. So, yan. So, take note of this, Congress has an absolute power. Any action, either creation, merging, dividing, abolishing, repealing, fixing, altering, annexing, can be done or executed by the Congress itself. The Congress has an absolute power, meaning complete power pertaining to a municipal corporation or an LGU. Kaya niyang lahat ng power na sa kanila sa pag-create, pag-fix, pag-divide, merging. Pero since decentralized, may mga specific function or powers na dinvolved sa mga LGUs, mga SPs, mga sanggunian to abolish or to create an LGU. Okay? Beginning of corporate existence. Kailan nag-start ang administration of a local government? Siyempre, nandiyan, no? Naka-reflect na, nagtatanong pa ako. So, it's upon election and qualification of the chief executive and the majority of the members of it, sanggunian, unless it is fixed again by a law or an ordinance. So now, as I close this lesson 1 in your module, you need to think and answer these questions. Yan. What is a co-warranto? Nandiyan din sa module ninyo. Define nyo lang. I-differentiate nyo din ang de jure. Na-discuss na natin ng plebiscite. Madali na lang yan sa inyo. Pero, I hope na do not copy-paste. Discuss it with your own words, okay? From de facto to de jure, ano yung pinagkaiba nila. So, ito yung activity. Conduct a mini study on the following local government issues and challenges. So, mini case study, i-discuss nyo lang kung ano yung background ng issue na to, ano yung story niya, and then ano yung mga issues, ano yung mga challenges, and then provide some conclusions, and then recommendations. Okay? Ano yung, may issue pala to. Nakita ko to. So what? Diba? Anong gagawin mo? Anong response mo? So, make your conclusions and make your recommendations. No more guided questions. Just present it with your creativity kung paano nyo i-discuss ang isang issue. And then, paano nyo papakita na ito'y problema. Ito'y kinakaharap ng LCU na to. Okay? So, discuss it. And then, provide some conclusions and recommendations. So, let's go to lesson 2. Medyo mahaba-haba pa. Okay, bibilisan lang natin to. Lesson 2, ano yung lesson 2? Evolution of local government. Okay, yan. So, sa pre-conquest period, merong tatlong era, pre-Spanish, the Spanish, and the Spanish conquest, and Spanish era. So, start natin sa pre-Spanish era. Sa pre-Spanish era, meron ng tinatag nating dato. It is headed by the dato. Yung community governments are headed by the dato. Merong panday, babaylan, hierarchies. Mga hierarchies noon, Maharlika, Timawa, Alipin. Pre-Spanish yan, Yan. So, next tayo sa Spanish conquest. Pag sinabi mong conquest kasi, it means invasion or overthrown. So, the conquest of the Philippines was an accident. Bakit kaya accident? Accident in history, sabi niya. Inspired by economic gain, rationalized by religious zeal. Bakit accident? Kasi mga Spaniards noon, they are looking for wealth, which is more on economic gain. And it is rationalized, meaning organized by a religious zeal. Religious zeal is something that it is a practice or more on eagerness to spread the religious belief. And then Alexander VI and Treaty of Tordesillas. Then Nelson Magellan na-discover ang Philippines. Villalobos, name it. Legazpi officially set of the work of conquest under Spanish conquest. Ayan. So, Spanish era naman. So, centralization. Kanina, Spanish conquest, invasion ng mga Spanish. Okay? Ito na yung time ng mga Spanish naman. Centralization become a weapon of Spaniards. They awarded parcels of lands. May tinatawag tayong encomiendas to favored persons who assisted them in the pacification of islands. And then, nagkaroon ng LGU system sa Cebu, una. And then, Governor General was in Manila. So, noon, ang tawag nila sa cities is cabildos, pueblos sa municipalities, provincias, and barrio naman sa barangay. Revolutionary period. Ayan. So, sa revolutionary period, ito yung panahon nila Emilio Aguinaldo and Apolinario Mabini. Tama? wherein LGUs are given more attention na lang wala pang autonomy kasi hindi pa ina-allow. Ang system of government noon is centralism or centralization. So, meron ding Malolos Constitution na-create ang Malolos Constitution, which is nag-give way to the creation of municipal and provincial assemblies, autonomous local units, and popular direct elections. So, ayan. So, American era naman. American epoch. Epoch means era or time. American time. Period. Etc. So, don't be confused, okay? Treaty of Paris. Karoon ng agreement between Spain and USA. And then, continue to convenient. System of centralization pa rin tayo. Provinces. Cabildos, cities. From provinces pa rin. And then, from cabildos, ginawa ng cities. And then, from pueblos, ginawang municipalities. Okay? So, incorporation of City of Manila. So, nagkaroon na ng Manila City. Manila. May kantang ganun, di ba? So, establishment of Moro Province. Yan. So, kung alam niyo yung Moro Islamic Liberation Front, yan yung background niya. So, meron din yung mga Muslims, di ba? Sa Moro Province. Organization of provincial governments. So, sa American period, na-discuss natin to. Meron nandyan yung mga Treaty of Paris, nagkaroon ng City of Manila, Moro Province and provincial governments. So, Commonwealth period na tayo. In Commonwealth period naman, is pumasok na dyan ang 1935 Constitution, wherein LGUs are supervised by the President. Okay? Also, because of 1935 Constitution, nagkaroon ng dalawang kampo, which means party, wherein the other side is in favor on providing stronger local government. Palakasin daw ang local government, bigyan ng autonomy. Okay? Pero ang sabi ng ibang kampo, state control pa rin, centralization pa rin. Mas importante daw ang centralization kaysa local government. So, yun yung nangyari noong Commonwealth period. Third Republic. Meron ng mga batas na ito. Barrio Charter, which gives way to citizens elect their barrio officials. Mga batas na yan. So, itong batas naman na ito, ginawa ang mga mayors, vice mayors, and councilors to be an elective official. 5185, decentralization. Ayan. So, mas nagkaroon na ng decentralization sa Pilipinas noong Third Republic, and which give ways to an increase of share of LGUs in ERA, yung internal revenue allotment from national government to the local government. So, grants of autonomy, binigyan na rin through Decentralization Act. So, RA 2264, Local Autonomy Act. So, itong batas naman nito, nagbigay ng extensive taxing power to the what? LGUs. So, may kakayahan na silang mag-create ng source of income through taxation. Martial law years. In martial law, meron ng existence of 1973 Constitution and the Department of Local Government and Community Development. Ang tawagin ngayon is DILG. Noon, DLGCD. Ayan. So, from barrio to barangay, council to sanggunian. Okay? So, yung barrio na palitan ng barangay, yung council, sanggunian, nagkaroon na rin ng kabataang barangay, which is ngayon is sangguniang kabataan naman. Kabataang barangay, katipunan ng mga barangay, katipunan ng kabataan. Ngayon, okay? So, 15 to 18 years old noon. So, from city and municipal boards to sangguniang bayan. Yung tawag nila noon is municipal boards. Ngayon, nung martial law, tinawag na siyang Sangguniang Bayan. 1973 Constitution empowered LGUs to create their own source of revenue. Kanina, pinataas ang power of taxation. Ito, hindi na lang sa taxation. Create na din sila ng other source of revenue. Mapag-uusapan natin yun sa local fiscal administration sa other modules. Okay? So, Batas Pambansa sa Fourth Republic naman, ito yung Batas Pambansa 337, Local Government Code of 1983. Hindi pa 1991 to ha. So, Ministry of Local Government. Ayan, yung mga highlights natin. Executive 77, Developing Capability of LG, Local Government Officials, and Local Units. So, sa Provisional Government of 1986 and Fifth Republic, meron na siyang Freedom Constitution. Under siya ng administration ni Corazon Aquino, President Corazon Aquino. And nagkaroon din ng 1987 Constitution under Fifth Republic. LGUs are created as territorial and political subdivisions ng Pilipinas through Article 10 of the 1987 Constitution. Establishment of autonomous region, nagkaroon na ng ARM, CAR. Pero in the long run, in the next module natin, pag-uusapan natin itong mga autonomous regions. Pero hindi na siya ARM, okay? BARM na siya ngayon. Later, pag-uusapan natin yan. Okay? Ng Fifth Republic, meron ng ARM, meron ng CAR. And then, dito na-create yung Local Government Code of 1991 or RA 7160. Ang highlight ng LGC is devolutions and powers to LGUs. So as I close this session, I give you this activity as part of your participation. Nakaka-reflect din yan sa module ninyo, of course. So, you will need to define these terms, and then you need to relate it to local governance. I-discuss nyo siya. At anong relationship ng sedula sa local governance. Escribo, ano yan? Corregimiento. Yan. So, I hope you watch this video and take note of it. Please do prepare kasi I might give you a quiz. I might give you a quiz which has a limited time to answer using Google Forms. So, prepare for it. Also, the other subjects sa public policy. So, kailangan basahin nyo din yun. Ay, panoorin nyo din. Take note of it so that you could be able to answer the questions, either quiz or surprise quiz, anything na pwede nating maging part of your activity. Okay? Part of your performance assessment. So, that's it for today.